Sup? Hope you guys are killing it. I have 3 tips for you guys for shooting music videos. This is very beginner. I'm sure most of these things might even be common sense to a lot of people, but it's stuff that if I would have done when I shot this last music video, my first ever, it would have saved me so much time. Everything would have happened so much more smoothly. So yeah, let's play the music video and get into these tips, and hopefully they help you out a little bit. So here's the music video, but this is the clean version because, you know, I just don't be cussing like that and putting that kind of stuff on my channel. But I will link the actual music video that I submitted to my boy Joe from Planet Joe in the description. So yeah, I'll see y'all in like 2 minutes. Oosh.
Snatch you up, goofy, is you mad or what? Way I shoot is accurate, look, bro, there ain't no backing up. Tell your bitch to back it up. I'm just tryna see what's up. Bitch, I'm acting up, acting up, acting up, I'm acting up, I'm acting up, bitch, I'm acting up, acting up, acting up, I'm acting up, bitch, I'm acting up.
Frederick got that mess, now it's a bird. He acting up and it's the word. Send the burger straight to heaven, it's a bird. It's a bird, it's a bird.
Just pack it up, I'ma blow this cash away. Never like I'm strapping up. Called her Uber cause she acting up. Sipping on this double cup and pack a punch. Shoot that shit, no laxative. They say I need some more class. Work that, fill my flask. Pass more than I smash. I got so much bundled up, I never spend my last. I got so much bundled up, I never spend my last. Snatch you up, goofy, is you mad or what? Way I shoot is accurate, look, bro, there ain't no backing up. Tell your bitch to back it up. I'm just tryna see what's up. Bitch, I'm acting up, acting up, acting up, I'm acting up, I'm acting up, bitch, I'm acting up, acting up, acting up, I'm acting up, bitch, I'm back.
It's crazy when they did, you gon' really have to pay me. Don't phase me, y'all just backing up, you getting crazy. Hate me, don't play me. Just go love me. Kisses, hug me. Niggas, don't touch me. I've been moving outside with the big dogs right now, with the stick on me. Understand, baby, best leave that shit on me, like the hip on me. You already know what I do. I'm ballin' up enough, look, baby, where the Knicks gon' be. Understand, baby, I'm right outside, yeah, where the chicks gon' be. Right around town with 2 double dicks on me. Whoa, understand, baby, they shooting like flicks on me. Whoa, understand, baby, this is just how my life be. Whoa, be glad you are you and you not me.
Yeah, nigga from the bird, yeah. All I wanna do is splurge, yeah. Had to get it from the dirt, yeah. Cash cow, know you heard. Had to build the game for what it's worth, yeah. Funny thing about the money is just to make it last, make it first, yeah. Then you gotta make it stretch out. Keep your hands up, don't take the hands out. Had to man up, had to stand out. Had to plan routes with my hands out. Niggas playing in just to play foul. Niggas stand down, nigga, I don't see who's staying now. Hang round, I'ma have to show you I don't think you can really hang rounds. It's official. It's a sticker, nigga. Coming for your throat. Yeah, ain't a hiccup. We some sick niggas. Take a picture, nigga.
Understand that car ain't leased. Neck on chill like Dr. Freeze. Netflix and chill, little babe won't meet that head so dumb. No GED, get a bitch on flea, fake nails and minks. Being on that dress like me. Cheating on a man, now he wanna see me. How you fight for a bitch that belong to the streets? That's odd to me. How can you hate on the drip? I'm fond of these, dry clean, I don't do no laundry. I'm a young bitch, nigga, a prodigy. Swear you ain't doing no harm to me. That's not for a sin of my prophecy. Slap the taste out that nigga, you Chris to me. Yeah, I talk so much that I need Listerine. Just acting up. You're just acting up.
So let's get right into it. So first of all, huge shout out to Joe from Planet Joe, and then Carl, which is my boy William, and then what is Charvez's name? Charvez, what is your name? What is your rap name? Hold on, let me find out what this man's rap name is. So William and Charvez for letting me be part of this whole thing. I did not know how to do any of this, and it was really cool working through all of the kinks and stuff with them. It was really chill, just really, really, really smooth. So a couple of, I guess now months ago, Joe from Planet Joe, the main person in this song, he messaged me, he's like, hey man, do you want to shoot a music video? Like, would you be willing to? And I just straight up told him, I was like, I've never done that before. I have no idea how to do that. But if you want to, like, I'm down to learn, I'm down to try. And it was just a really cool experience, and I definitely learned a lot. But definitely 3 things that I wish I would have done differently and would have saved me so much time. And they're honestly kind of common sense things. It's like all very basic. No, this is definitely what you should do. But I just didn't know, you know, like I didn't know how all of that stuff works. You know, they're all musicians, they're all artists, and I just started using this camera. So I didn't want to, you know, really dive in like over my head and try to direct things and move things around. But I guess I should have just been more confident in what I was doing, and it would have been fine. So the very first thing that I definitely wish I would have done was just plan better. And I didn't plan poorly, but I just could have been more intentional about how I was trying to get everything to work. So when Joe asked me to do this, I pretty much was like, yeah, cool, let's meet up, let's figure out ideas. And we met and we talked about who's going to be in the video, like what are we trying to do, the vision, the meaning, the song, all of those things. And it was really, really helpful. But we definitely, you know, changed plans on the way down the road, and that was fine too. But if I would have just taken the time to be like, okay, this is exactly what I need to do. Not just this is the vision, but these are the physical checklist points, the physical, like, you know, bam, 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 that I need to do in order to make the video look exactly how I want to. I think it would have just made everything a lot smoother. I would have been able to know exactly the equipment I needed, exactly the amount of time, just all of that. Like, I don't think I fully understood all of those until we were actually there shooting. Like, it was just like, I understood this piece, I understood this piece, I understood this piece, and I hadn't really put it all together. So I wish I would have just sat down and honestly made a list or like an Excel file or something of like, okay, this shot, this place, this look, this movement, and just done that for all the different places. And even though it was kind of run and gun, I think having that list, even if I strayed away from it, would have set a really good foundation to like what I would have done. So like I said, I think the video was okay, but it was it took a lot more work in post to put everything together in the way that still matched the message of the song, I guess, if that makes sense. Number 2. So the second thing I would have done or told myself to do differently is just simplify everything. I came in with a ton of equipment. I had 3 cameras, I had a gimbal, I had a drone, I had 2 tripods, I had all this gear, all the sound, everything, and it just wasn't necessary at all. I think I ended up using just my hands handheld with my A7S III, and I didn't even have a mic set up on top of it. Literally just the camera, and I was just following around. Every once in a while I throw in a gimbal, and there are some drone shots in there, but very minimal. So it's just like, I didn't need any of that stuff, but I really thought I was going to. And I wish I would have just understood that this doesn't need to be this crazy multimedia production, everything going wild. I literally just needed to get clean shots with my camera and really just tell the story of the song with the footage. And if I would have sat down and thought through that at the beginning, oh, I would have saved so much money. I would have saved so much time. I wouldn't have had to just carry around all this luggage the whole time. Even lens wise, I ended up having, I think at the end of the day, I was just using a 55mm and going in and out. I think at one point I had like a 20 or something like that I was using really closely, but even that was unnecessary. I was like, oh, music video, I need a focal, what is it? Telescopic, what is it? What's that called? Telephoto, whatever it is. I needed like the zoomed in lens. I needed one that was out. I needed a fisheye lens. Like, I thought I needed all of these things. And then after like the first day of shooting, it was just like, oh, I just need a camera and this one lens, and then just creatively move around, and I would have been fine. So I really wish I would have thought through that as well, about the equipment that I need and not gone overboard, because at the end of the day, it just ended up hurting me and my pockets versus helping the overall look of the film. So the third and final thing I would say is to make sure that you're running through the entire song every single time you do it. Even if you make mistakes and you want to do something differently, having the entire song played out and being able to chop that up saves so much time. Like, it is so worth it. And when I was looking up what to do, it said to do this. But when you're in the moment, it just, sometimes you feel awkward being like, oh, we just need this one part. Let's just go through the whole song. Like, it feels weird to say to do that, but it'll make a difference. It really will. So pretty much with a music video, since you already have your external audio, you don't need to capture any audio when you're actually recording. All you need is the song that you're going to put over your video, and then you need all of your clips, and then just cutting through from this angle to this angle to this angle to this angle, back and forth. So by starting at the beginning of the song and playing it all the way through in every location, you're actually just allowing yourself to mark a place on your timeline and then put all of those clips in a line. And then from there, you never have to move anything around. It's like, okay, all of my clips are starting at the beginning of the song and are ending at the end of the song. And then you can just cut different pieces around to make the different, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can cut the different videos to make it go from this angle to this angle to this angle. So the issue with what I did is that I had some, like, one verse 4 times, and then I had like the hook a couple times, and then I had the outro, the intro. I just had so many different places. So when it came time to put them all together, I had to listen to every individual track. I had to listen to every single, I had to read their lips, and I had to try my best to sync it up perfectly. And I had to do that like 40 times because I was just cutting and stopping, starting and stopping, instead of just writing it all the way through. But if I had all of them in one line, then it could have just been like, all right, the audio is matched with the video. Now I can just remove and add according to how I please. So if I would have done that, oh, it would have been so much easier. So much easier. Like, not even close, but whatever. You live and you learn. All right, so real quick, the 3 things one more time really quick. First thing, I would have planned so much better. I would have just sat down, made a list of every single thing that was going to happen, exactly how I wanted to do it, the types of shots that I wanted. I just would have tried to schedule the entire thing. And if I wouldn't have followed it, A-okay, no problems. But if I would have, we would have gotten all the footage done in one day. The editing maybe would have taken like a day. And that's with color grading, color correcting, that everything, like putting the things together. It would have been so much simpler. And we would have been able to actually minimize the amount of time it took us to shoot per day, because it took us 3 days to get all of this footage when honestly, we could have done it in maybe like 4 hours, like easily, but I just wasn't as prepared as I needed to be, and we were changing things up a lot. Second thing is I would have paid attention to my equipment and made sure that I simplified everything. So I wouldn't have rented as many things. I would have just trusted my abilities with my camera and just my one audio source, and then been creative with that. And honestly, for the next time, I have a zoom lens now, but I probably will only go with one lens and then just try to work it out that way. Unless if they want something specific, I think that's all you need. And thirdly, what was the third one? Oh, and thirdly, I would have made sure that every time we recorded the entire song. And thinking about it in the moment just seemed like a lot of time, but the song is like 3 minutes, you know? Even if you only go through it 10 times, that's 30 minutes worth of video, and that just would have made life a lot easier. So make sure you go through the entire song every single time you do something, so it'll just make it easier for you, and it'll let you just really decide what clips are best and what clips aren't best. I guess it's a little different if you're using B-roll, but you know, B-roll is, you can do that on your own time. No one really has to be trying to do something specific unless if you have something in mind. I feel like that was really scattered, but you know, I forgot to do this YouTube video. I usually try to do it throughout the week and then post on Sunday, but it's Sunday now, so we're trying to fly through it. But yeah, those are the 3 things I wish I would have done. It would have saved me a ton of time. If you like the video, hit me with a like, hit a subscribe, put a comment down there. Definitely show Planet Joe some love in the comments, and go watch his video. Give it a like if you want to see the full version of exactly what we did. I'm sure I'll do something with this music video again. It was just a really cool experience, and I'd like to actually talk a little bit more in depth about the things that I did versus just this quick rundown. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing it. It was really, really dope. I really hope I get to do some more of that in the future as well. I don't know, it's just cool being part of something, you know? Like, it's cool being able to watch a video and be like, dang, like, this was like a team effort, and like I did my part and they did their part, and now we have something that we're satisfied with. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Appreciate you. Love y'all. Deuces. What up? What's up? So I got 3 tips. Huge shout out to my boy Joe and William and Chavez and all those people for letting me have the opportunity. Dang, this man is sending thirst traps left and right.